Welcome, everyone. My name is Mary Hiney, and I am a current resident of Colorado. I live about 2 hours away from here, so kind of close, but a little bit far. Where is everybody coming from today? Texas over here? Okay. Also Colorado? And what part? Oh, Denver, the city. I like it. And over here? Oh, New Mexico. Wow. Different parts in California over here. Okay. All right, welcome, everybody. Additionally, I'm an Army veteran, and I would like to know if there are any veterans or service members in your family here. Veteran over here, an Army one. Okay. You have Air Force in your family and Marines over here. Well, I thank them all for their service, and I really do appreciate you all coming here today. Today, we will be learning about the dune fields within the Great Sand Dunes National Park. We will take a walk on the Montyville Nature Trail, which is about half a mile, and also overlooks the dunes, as you can see behind me. I hope you can appreciate this special land and all it has to offer. My biggest motivation is to ensure my daughter's children will get to enjoy this place one day. Our future generations deserve to see this beauty. Before we head out, there are bathrooms in the visitor center, as well as a water fountain if you want to refill your water bottle. Be careful of any wildlife on the walk. Additionally, I am a certified wilderness first responder, so inform me of any injuries on the hike, and we will get those taken care of. It should take about 10 minutes for the hike, and additionally, I will stay around 10 minutes afterwards to answer any questions you may have. All right, everybody, let's get into it. The creation of the dune fields is complex. However, they are formed by the right combination of wind, water, and sediment. Creeks and streams brought in large amounts of sediment and sand into the valley. Wind then blew the sand toward the bend in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, where opposing storm winds helped squeeze the sand into the tall dunes you see today. This combination of opposing winds, a huge supply of sand from the valley floor, and the sand recycling actions of the creeks are all part of the reason that these are the tallest dunes in North America. There are other dunes in Colorado and in most of the western states, but none as tall and none as dramatic. How old are the dunes, you might ask? Well, scientists don't really know a precise age, and estimates have changed over time. At one time, they were thought to be very young and the result of glacial outwash. We have since learned that the sand dunes extends hundreds of feet into the subsurface, so they are older than initially believed. The best answer is the dunes on the surface are young, as they are constantly forming, but since the sand goes deep into the subsurface, there have been dunes here for a very long time. Quick question. Have you ever heard sand sing? Just as our own voices are made by air moving through vibrating vocal cords, a humming sound is made at Great Sand Dunes as air is pushed through millions of tumbling sand grains during an avalanche. Avalanches occur naturally during storms, but can also be created by people pushing sand down a dune face. You want to take a listen? Wow, that was really interesting. That vibrating noise was from the sand. Nevertheless, the 7% moisture content in the sand dunes allows certain species to thrive, such as the endemic Great Sand Dunes tiger beetle. The tiger beetle is a predatory beetle, which is encountered in sparsely vegetated sandy habitats, which are beginning to stabilize as successional species like blowout grass and scurf peat become established. Both the adults and larvae are predatory. The adults are active foragers on the sand, while the larvae are sedentary ambush predators. Both larvae and adults will prey on a variety of arthropods, including ants, other small beetles, and mites crawling on the sand surface. They will even scavenge on dead insects as long as they are not dried out. If you are able to find one on the on the dune, look out for its distinctive violin-like pattern on its back and its iridescent green-blue head. The dune fields consist of the tallest dunes in North America. And I've actually hiked the tallest dune called Star Dune at 755 feet. It was a really challenging hike, but the views at the top there's nothing else like it. It's miles and miles of sand dunes at the top with beautiful mountains in the back. I highly recommend it if you can do it. There are other things to do at the dunes, such as sandboarding and sand sledding. Sandboarding, sledding, and skiing are permitted anywhere on the dune field away from vegetated areas. As I said before, the wildlife, the vegetated areas are their home, so we like to stay away from that. Plan your dune times for early morning or evening during summer to avoid a 150-degree sand surface or even thunderstorms. Those can be dangerous. In spring and fall, sand temperatures are usually moderate throughout the day, but spring afternoons can be very windy. Sandboards and sand sleds are specifically made for sand, featuring a special design with extra slick base material and special wax. These work best for sliding in most conditions. What not to use is snow sleds, snowboards, and skis, as they only slide on very wet snow or rain. And the sand dunes are typically dry, so that wouldn't work out very well. Cardboard, saucers, and soft plastic items don't slide on sand. They will dig into or drag on the sand. So we don't recommend those either. Lastly, rectangles of rigid, ultra-thick plastic or masonite might slide, but are not safe. There is no way to control or steer them, and their angled edges can cause injuries. The National Park Service does not rent sand slides or sandboards, so you have to plan ahead before arriving at the park. Specifically designed sandboards and sand sleds, they were rented or purchased at retailers in the San Luis Valley. Some realtors are even 45 minutes away from the dunes. So that's why we recommend you plan ahead. Now we're at the end of the hike, and I have a few questions for you. Does anyone recall the tallest dune in the world? In the United States? Anybody? Oh, right here. Yes, Star Dune. Great answer. And how many of y'all want to conserve the dune fields at this park? Anybody? You? Okay. Why? I see. Because it's special to you and you're a resident of Colorado. I agree with you. I'm right there with you. And you? Okay, you're just a tourist passing by, but still it's a unique part of the land. I agree. And how would you want to conserve them? Would you do it financially, volunteering at the park, or simply just standing aside and viewing them for their beauty? Okay, you? Financially, okay, I see, okay, you've put in some money when you went to the visitor center. We appreciate that. You over here? Okay, you're thinking about volunteering since you're a resident. We appreciate that. Any help, we'll take it. All right, does anybody have any questions for me at this time? No? Okay. Like I said, I'll be standing around 10 minutes after in the parking lot. If anyone does have any questions or recommendations or just anything they want to add, I appreciate any feedback. And I do recommend you check out this Great Sand Dunes National Park page on the National Park Service website. It has much more information about the park, including the dunes, and has great resources and other hikes within the park, if that's what you're interested in. Thank you for taking the time to walk with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.